Yes.
You look so beautiful tonight. And look at that cap on your head, Mama.
Oh, thank you so much. This hair is done by Philadelphia's own Dusty Rose, and I feel gorgeous.
Love it.
It's a little heavy. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of hair, but it is absolutely beautiful, and I love the colors. Anyway, welcome everyone to Positivity. Yes, we are the show that just has a good time, and make sure you are liking and sharing everything that you see here tonight. I am Dominique Lee.
Hi, everyone, and I am Miss Morgan. We are so super excited to be here tonight. We have such a great panel for you this evening. We have a jam-packed show of talent, games, and what? Positivity. We have a great panel, and we're so excited to get to know every little detail about them tonight.
This show is all about uplifting others, talking about the great things happening in our community, talking about personal triumphs and victories. Basically, we're just here to have a good time and spread some good vibes.
We sure all are. And you know what? All people and performance types are welcome here. This is a safe space for everyone, and we're here to just uplift everyone. So without further ado, Dominique, do you think we should let everyone know who's going to be on our show tonight?
Morgan, I'm really excited to find out. So why don't you roll that tape? Hit it. Yeah.
Hey! Welcome, everyone. We are so excited to have you here tonight. Okay, and also, I just want to make sure I reiterate, if you are watching and viewing us tonight, make sure you hit that share button. The more people we bring in, the more positivity we have. All right, but without further ado, I'm so excited to see everyone tonight. But before we get started, Dominique, what do you think? Should we have everyone introduce themselves and maybe say a little fun fact about them?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. What they've been doing during the quarantine? What level of Angry Birds are they on? I'm at 91.
Mine's Candy Crush, but we'll talk about that later.
Let's start with the fabulous Madam D.
Hi, I'm Madam D. I'm from Harrisburg. Fun fact, I play the trombone.
Oh, I love that.
That's fun. That's different. Honey Davenport, how about you give us an intro and a little fun fact that people don't know about you?
I'm Honey Davenport, and a fun fact that most people don't know about me is I got my second vaccine shot today.
Yay! Thanks for helping us out.
Yes.
Love that. And the gorgeousness is Seymour.
How you doing?
Good.
Hi, I'm Seymour Cox from Asbury Park area, and I'm just a barrel of gas.
That is fantastic. Everyone, Morgan and I have a bunch of fun little questions. We have a little bit of facts to spread about the fabulousness that is you. So why don't we get started with the interview portion of the show with the absolutely stunning Madam D. How are you today, Madam D? We have a delay. Morgan, these are what they call technical difficulties.
Good. How are you doing?
We are good.
I'm doing good. Can you hear us okay? Oh, she left. My goodness.
And that is all right. So why don't we just go ahead and scoot on over to Seymour Cox? How's that sound? And then we'll let Madam D get it all recharge, reboot, and refresh, and we're going to keep the party going.
Just so since we're on the topic of technical difficulties, if anything does go wrong with tonight's live, make sure you go right back to the Positivities page, because we'll have an all new live, all rip and ready to go for you. Mm-hmm. But like Morgan said, let's start with the fabulous Miss Seymour Cox. Seymour, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm glad Madam D's back. We're going to stay with Seymour, Madam, and we'll be back with you in a little bit, okay? All right, fantastic. Okay. Seymour, you are not only one of New Jersey's top 3 drag comedians, but you are a former Miss Gay New Jersey at Large. You are also a former Miss Paradise. And speaking of Club Paradise, which I worked at for many a year at the Poolside Grilling Hamburgers. So shout out to Asbury Park. Hey, you brought the longest running drag show in New Jersey, and it's a Drag Wars. We have a Drag Wars here in Philadelphia, but why don't you tell us a little bit about yours, and will it be returning after the pandemic?
Well, I hope so. I haven't heard anything yet, but let's hope so. But yeah, I've been going on 14 years doing Drag Wars in New Jersey, and we're the only ones doing a long competition. The only other one that did a weekly competition was the Coliseum, and they've been, closed up and stuff. So
Yeah.
we're doing that.
The Coliseum was in Sayreville, New Jersey, and it was the bar that I did drag at back in the 90s. Yes.
Oh,
And then my second bar was Paradise. I absolutely love it. It was so much fun. Such a great spot. If you're ever in Asbury Park, check out Club Paradise. It's absolutely fantastic. Seymour, you are in a committed and very serious relationship of over 6 years. That's a beautiful thing. How did you meet, and how valuable is having that support system for you with what you do?
It's great. How did we meet? We met on Craigslist.
I ain't mad.
We met on
I love every drop of that, by the way. Just every drop of that.
We met on Craigslist, and I don't just go out and meet anybody. Like, I talk. I'm one of those, like, I like to talk and get to know you a little bit,
Yeah.
And then we never met. And then months later, Victoria Cortez, which you guys know, was like, girl, go to Badoo, Badoo, and you meet guys on there. Don't go on Grindr or anything. And, Grindr, it's over, And I went on Badoo, and sure enough, who hits me up but him? And we went out to dinner, and,
Where did you go? Where did you go for dinner?
McDonald's.
I ain't mad at that.
I know. I ain't mad at that either.
I am not mad at that. Let me tell you something. I'm in a 16-year relationship, and we go to McDonald's many a night, honey. So don't be talking bad about the Mickey D's, honey.
I love it.
That's fantastic. Morgan, what do you have for Seymour?
So, okay, Seymour, how long have you been performing for, and where do you draw your inspiration from?
I've just been performing for a couple of weeks, and no, just kidding.
True.
I'm going on 17 years.
Wow.
Yeah,
Excellent.
17 years, and I'm still 29.
Where do you get your inspiration from with all the different...
It's a little bit of everybody. Lady Bunny for sure. Jessica Fox from Crash back in the day. Mistake, yeah. Princess Janae, God bless her.
Oh.
It's just a little bit of everyone. Like I'm like, when you see me performing and on the mic, I'm just you'll see a little bit of everyone in me.
Absolutely. Seymour, I don't mean to interrupt, but I think you're absolutely brilliant at what you do. And I like to think of myself as somewhat of a comedy queen myself. You did submit 2 acts for our show. You were so kind. The first act that you submitted, although it was brilliant and hysterical and a classic in our drag world that it is, it was a Lady Bunny song, and we thought that it might be a little bit too risque for Facebook Live. So we talked about it, and you handled it so beautifully and such a professional, just like I knew your reputation allows you to be. I just wanted to know, is it difficult finding that very thin line between comedy and being offensive, and how do you handle something like that?
I mean, it can be. It's just depending on where you are at. Like, if I do like a Pride festival, I have to kind of watch because children will be out there.
Yeah.
So I have to do something, like the song I'm doing tonight, like something with a fart. That kids are gonna love that. But with everything else, I have to cut out like curses and stuff like that. But it can be, difficult. But you always have to have that backup regardless, because if you go to a club, if your CD or whatever doesn't work, always have to have a plan B anyway. So
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's very brilliant of you. A true professional knows their audience, and that is something that you are, Seymour. Sorry to interrupt, Morgan. Continue with your questions.
That's okay. With a beautiful cap like that on, you can do whatever you want, Mama.
Thank you again. It's a Dusty Rose original, Philadelphia. Dusty Rose. Thank you.
So Seymour, what's next for you? What do you have cooking up? Are you going to be doing any digitals with live starting to, dip on into that pool? Are you thinking about doing that stuff? What do you?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't done any. Like, I kind of took the year off because of COVID, but I just came up with a few things. I'm working on Queens on Film, which is kind of like Men on Film from Living Color. And that'll be with myself and Victoria Cortez, and we're just going to be reviewing movies. We're not professional, movie critics, but we love movies and we love talking about movies.
Cool.
And we get a lot of inspirations, taking clips and putting it in our mixes and stuff like that. So we're going to be doing that, and then I'm also going to be working with Sabrina Rondeau. And we're doing tits and hips.
Whoa.
It's just going to be a show of eating, and we're going to do recipes and just a little bit of everything. That's going to be coming soon also.
I love that, and I can see you definitely shining through with that. I love that. So other than drag, do you have any other special talents? And just reminder, this is a PG-13 show. But we're just curious.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Do you have any other special talents besides drag?
I mean, I work at a porn shop.
That must have been
room.
The what?
With a back room.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. I feel like that reminds of when I used to work at West Coast Video, and they had a back room too, but it was probably not as.
West Coast Video.
I know. Sorry. I just dated myself a little bit, but here we are, just having a kiki. No, that's fun. I mean, I bet you there's some fun stories behind that curtain.
There's a lot of fun stories, and I do post and record a lot of stuff, and I do post it on Snapchat.
Yep.
So if anybody wants to follow me on there, it's MSCEEMOURCOX. Follow me on Snapchat, and you will see tons and tons of stuff going on in the
You
store.
just called me on that, huh?
Yeah. Well, speaking of your social medias, why don't you tell the kids at home where they can find you, your sites and your web pages and whatnot?
They can find me on Miss Seymour Cox, MSCEEMOURCOX. As a fan page, or you could find me on my regular page. It might be under Alexis Garcia because Facebook is shady like that. And then what else you can find me? You can find me on Queens on Film. You can find me on Twitter, Miss Seymour Cox, on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok.
Not at all.
Excellent. We are going to post your video. And I want to thank you again so much for just handling everything so professionally and wonderfully. We are going to slap your Venmo down on the thing. Right now, we are advertising Madam's Venmo. So we are going to change that right on over to the fabulous Seymour Cox Cash App.
There we are.
So, yeah, absolutely. So, Morgan, are you ready to play this fabulous, funny video?
I am more than ready. I hope the audience is.
Hit it.
Got it.
Let's go, girls.
Shit.
Come on. I'm going out tonight. I'm feeling alright. Gonna let it all hang out. Wanna make some noise. Really raise my voice. Yeah, I wanna scream and shout. No, it like a woman. The girls need a break tonight. We're gonna take the chance to get out on the town. We don't need romance, we only wanna dance. We're gonna let our hang down. The best thing about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little fun. And go totally crazy, forget I'm a lady. Men shirt, short skirts. Really go wild, yeah, doing that in style. Get in the action, feel the attraction. Color my hair, do what I dare. Wanna be free, yeah, feel the way I feel. Man, I feel like a woman. Oh yeah, the best thing about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little fun. Fun. Go totally crazy. Forget I'm a lady. Men shirt, short skirts. Really go wild, yeah, doing that in style. Get in the action, feel the attraction. Color my hair, do what I dare. Wanna be free, yeah, feel the way I feel. Man, I feel like a woman. Yeah. I got totally crazy. Can you feel it? Okay. I feel like a woman.
Dominique, you better hold on to those granny panties of yours, girl.
My goodness. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was the clean act. So I just want to thank you. That was the one that we deemed appropriate for Facebook Live.
No,
So I hope you enjoyed it. Seymour, you're brilliant. I absolutely love what you do. You've been an inspiration for me for a very long time. Like I said, I knew you back in the day. I think you're awesome, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
babe.
You're welcome.
All right, so up next we have the gorgeousness themselves from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 11, Honey Davenport.
Hey, y'all.
How are you? Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us and give us a little bit about you.
Thank you. It's a good day for me.
I heard number 2, double backed. I love it. So also congratulations on your recently achieved Best Host Award from the Glam Awards. That's excellent.
Thank you so much.
With all that personality, I see what they're talking about. I'll tell you that.
I'm just happy I beat Logan hardcore.
Is that like a showgirls moment where you throw the beads?
I don't even have to throw anything at her.
No beads required. No beads required.
I love it. Okay. All right. So, honey, according to our sources, you lived in West Philly and you were born there, correct?
Yep. West
Our
Philly,
hometown area, our positivity hometown. At the beginning of your performing career, you were also a backup dancer for Peppermint. And also you were a part of a troupe known as Hunties. Now you must have some fun stories with that, and we would love to hear a couple of them if you'd be open to sharing with us.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I have one that combines the Hunties and dancing backup for Peppermint.
Perfect. Love it.
So I performed all over the world with Pep. like legit. We went to London, Dublin, Berlin,
Wow.
Sydney, like everywhere in the States. It was a crazy wild ride for a 21-year-old.
Mhm.
We were going to London with Pep, but our tickets were scheduled differently than hers. So we got there a night early and we got a hotel room by ourselves. And we were at this club in London, me and my partner in crime in the Hunties. We were like dancing at this club, and there were these two hot guys who were like checking us out from across the way. And I was like, oh my gosh, like one of them was like a solid ass fucking 10, and the other one was like a 6, 5, 6, you know. And my bestie at the time was like, I want the one that's a solid 10, and I was like, fine, I'm gonna take one for the team, and I'll go with the 6, 7. And we got over to the boys and we started talking to them, and the one who was a solid 10 was so into me and had no eyes for my brother, and we boned both of those guys because he had to take one for the team. So we boned both of them in our hotel room in London.
I love a good London trip. I love a good London trip. I went to London and I saw Spice Girls twice. It was the best thing ever.
Oh wow!
Oh, it was so good. It was so good.
I like Honey's story better.
Wow.
No, she had to see the Spice Girls though, sis.
Yeah,
Right.
6 to 1, half dozen to the other. You got some good,
You definitely had a better party than I did. I'll tell you that. So, honey, between being a bi-coastal queen and also all your amazing activism with the Black Lives Matter movement, talk to me a little bit about the importance of self-care, and especially during the pandemic time.
You know, honestly, I mean, like you said, there's a lot going on in the world, a lot of creating, a lot of activism. But actually, to be honest, my self-care is the thing that I'm the proudest of for 2020, because I'm really like in the beginning of the year, I was having a conversation with Alexis Michelle from season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race, and I was like, Alexis, what are you up to these days? And she was like, I'm really taking care of myself. Like, I want to be able to say at the end of the year that I did a good job at caring for myself. And I was like, I want that to be my 2020 goal. So it's really funny because my quality of life has changed so much that when people who saw me a year ago, they don't, you know, I've gotten the chance to just a few times travel to my other home on the East Coast, and people are always like, who are you? Because I've really taken a real focus on my mental health. It's something that we don't talk about a lot in this country, especially, and it's something we definitely don't talk about in the POC community. But mental health is a real ass fucking thing that we should not be afraid to address. And I will say that since I've started to address mine, my life is 100% better. And I wouldn't be able to accomplish the things that I've been accomplishing if not really investing in my mental health.
Right on. If we can take one good thing from this quarantine pandemic time, is that hopefully everyone is doing that self-reflecting and bettering themselves. And, you know, unfortunately, not everyone gets that opportunity because it's a heavy situation out there in the world. But I think it's awesome that you got that opportunity to do that.
Thank you. Thanks.
Great.
I think it's brilliant, especially being a drag queen, being a performer in you know, this gay community. We're always worried about what we look like on the outside. We always sometimes forget to look about what's going on the inside. So kudos for you for taking care of that, and that's good advice for anybody that's listening. Important stuff. Honey, I'm going to dive right in because I have some really great fun facts and a few little fun questions for you. So between 2013 and 2018, you won approximately 18 titles and awards. Can you name them all alphabetically? No, I'm just kidding. Your band Electro Honey dropped their first album and a live rock opera called The Electric Highway. So I hope everybody checks that out. Plus, you were in 2 off-Broadway shows. You now have a weekly podcast called Da Fuck with a Q. Everybody calm down. It's spelled with a Q.
Dominique.
It's spelled with a Q. Did you ever imagine that this would be your life?
No. No, and not at any point could I have imagined this. I said it once because I produce a lot of my work, but my manager is also a phenomenal producer. His name is Evan, and he owns a company called BZ Productions, which is what I produce all of my work out of. And we co-produce some things, but The Fuck is really his child. Like, I had a meeting with his company when I was on the show, and when I was on Drag Race, and I had the idea to do a show, The Fuck, but honestly, he pitched me a show called The Fuck. And I had the idea to do a show called The Fuck that wasn't developed. And he was like, I had this idea to do a show called The Fuck, and the idea is developed. And I was like, oh, work, this is perfect. And, you know, 3 seasons in, we just started filming our 3rd season, and we're filming it here in LA. We shut down for a month of filming because LA went into quarantine again. Yeah. But I mean, when we first started shooting, we're going back in next month. When we first started shooting in January, just like my first 3 guests are Sherry Vine, Manila Luzon, and Brooklyn Heights. And it's in like a real Hollywood studio. And like, I could have never imagined that this would be my life, or that some decision that I decided to say yes to would turn out to be this great. So say yes to as much as you can if you got it in you, because you never know. You never know what random thing ends you up in, you know, a real ass Hollywood studio. You know,
that's amazing. I think that's absolutely brilliant. You know, every season, RuPaul at the end of the season always asks the last few contestants, what would you tell your younger self? Your younger self must be very, very proud of you. So that's something that I hope you carry in your heart, and it's really, really great. Speaking of the RuPaul show, everybody knows that you were on the RuPaul show, season 11. What many people don't know about you that I found absolutely fascinating, but again, I wasn't that surprised about, you are a crowned Miss America 2015. That is brilliant. I think that's
just like Miss Seymour Cox, right?
Miss Seymour Cox is a crowned Miss Paradise, and Honey won in 2018.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I work alone, Morgan. You know what I'm saying? You know, do you mind if I get back talking to my friend Honey? We're best friends.
I'll just continue. Here we go. I'll just start thinking again.
There you go. You also have a new perfume coming out called Pollen 8, and that will be out soon. So we're all looking forward to that. And you're working on a feature-length film called God Save the Queens. Do you have any goals left to achieve in this lifetime? Like, what haven't you done already?
So many. God Save the Queens is recorded already, and it also stars Kelly Mantle from RuPaul's Drag Race and Michelle Visage.
Nice.
From RuPaul's Drag Race. It was we filmed that. Gosh, almost. I mean, it was supposed to come out in 2020, so we filmed it almost 2 years ago now. So that to be released is a goal. But you know, my music has always been the highlight of my career, and right now I'm working on visual music project is what I'm calling it, because it's not necessarily an EP and it's definitely not an album. My goal from this project would be to put another queer POC face in mainstream music. That's still my goal. I think that we create some subgenres for music, like drag music or LGBTQ music, that don't even fucking exist. Like, these are not genres of music. These are just people making them. And it, like, we don't call things that white people are making white music, or things that, you know, like, so to call the kind of music, to label it with the kind of people who are making it, to me sounds crazy. I like to take my music that I perform in drag to a mainstream level is my goal. The answer to that question.
Well, if there's one queen that can do it, I know it's absolutely you. And white people have a music. It's called polka.
Dominique invented that.
Very good. The last two things I want to ask you about is your work regarding the very important commercial Divas for the Democracy United We Slay. Do you want to talk a little bit about that briefly?
Yeah, that was a really cool show that we got to put on digitally to get the word out for people voting. And, for me, it was like really one of the like big highlights of quarantine. I've gotten to do some really, really cool stuff since we've been in lockdown. I interviewed Tracy Ellis Ross. I interviewed Victoria Monet. But Divas for Democracy was something so special because, as a little gay boy in New York, I don't know if y'all, I went to like musical Mondays all the time, and you see like the musical theater clips that people would dance to forever. And I think that like in quarantine, I got to be a part of what is probably going to be the version of that people look at for 2020. Because in Divas for Democracy, I did Cell Block Tango with Chita Rivera. Like,
wow. Wow. That's amazing.
So, I mean, it was life-changing. Me, Sugar Cane, Jasmine Rice LaBeija from New York City, Chita Rivera, Jujubee, who else was in it? Cynthia Lee Fontaine. So yeah, and I had the like most sickening role. I had to like he ran into my knife. He ran into my knife 10 times. like I was. It was a dream come true. So I was happy to be a part of that, and it to be like something that was activism meets like me performing with Chita Rivera, even digitally. Yeah. Phenomenal. Yeah,
absolutely. That is. Oh my gosh, that's like a life goal right there. Are you kidding? Just to be in the presence of Chita Rivera, let alone to be able to perform with her.
Right.
I'm so glad you brought up such an icon such as Chita Rivera, because lastly, I just want to wrap it up with you by asking you, can you just tell me one thing about what it was like working with one of my first drag influences, Kevin Aviance, the icon from New York City? I dad all over East Brunswick, New Jersey when I was 18 years old. I was like, dad.
It's wild. It's so wild. It's so wild. I did an off-Broadway play with him called Trinkets, and we've been really close friends since. And he is my hero. Like, he is my hero. And to have somebody who is my hero mentor me as closely as he did it's mind-blowing. Since the moment I've met him, he's been extremely supportive of everything that I do. And it's just wild because I grew up listening to him. He showed me I have a place in music, And we were at Suzanne Barsh's On Top when there were still parties in this world. And one night, and this was after I got done Drag Race, and I had been releasing music. This is years after we worked together, which was an incredible experience, to say the least. But he came up to me, and we were at On Top, and he was like, I'm one of your fans.
I would have died.
Like, that's unreal. That's unreal to hear those words out of Kevin Aviance's mouth. First off, she is untouchable. Like, you can't even get an audience with Kevin Aviance. So for Kevin Aviance to come up to you at a party and be like, I am one of your fans. I eat those words every time I say them and relive that moment. It was so shocking.
That's unbelievable. I think that's absolutely brilliant. I saw Kevin Aviance perform at the Limelight when I used to go there with all my friends back in the 90s. So, and ever since then, I just remember being mesmerized by him. Absolutely brilliant performer, artist, icon, everything.
Everything.
Yes.
So, honey, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you to check out all your new stuff on your social medias?
Absolutely. Honey Davenport Official is where you can follow me on IG. And also Honey Davenport Official is my YouTube channel where I have 2 seasons of The Fuck with like almost every drag queen you could imagine in New York City. And you'll find a 3rd season coming there, along with all of my music videos, which I've released 9 songs in the last 2 years. So yeah, catch it all right there.
Yes, love that. And also, we have a little snack for everyone who's watching. You sent us a little video of you doing a little fun number. So I'm so excited to play that. But also, I want to mention that down below, we put all your Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all those goodies. So if you're watching and you want to hook this lovely up, please send her some love. And why don't we just hit it?
Yes, enjoy this number, y'all.
Love it. Who wasn't dancing during that? Because I was.
That was fantastic. I loved it. Honey, I just want to thank you. Honey, thank you so much for being here and talking with us tonight. And you are as sweet of a person as you are a fierce and dynamic queen. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for the compliment, girl.
Oh, hey, I just call it like I see it. These old eyes don't tell no lies, honey. You are something special. And speaking of someone special, we have her back live. We are here. She can hear us, and we can hear her. Isn't that true, Madam D?
Hey, my love.
I can hear you.
Good.
Yes.
And you know what? We're gonna ask you our question.
Hello.
Hey, babe. So we're gonna ask you. So it is lagging a little bit. That's okay because we're gonna still ask our questions, and I want to hear your fabulous answers too, because we just adore you and love you so much, babe.
All right.
All right. So Dominique, hit it.
Very good. Madam D, you are a lady in the streets and a self-proclaimed freak at the buffet, honey. According to our sources, you started doing drag November of 2015. 7 very short months later, at your first pageant, you won second alternate for Miss Central PA Pride. You reapplied, and in 2017 and 19, you achieved first alternate of the same pageant. My question is, when this pageant starts up again, are you going back for the kill? And what other big things do you have planned?
Yes. When this pageant does start back up, I do want to go back and perform and do that pageant again. Big things for the future. I'm hoping to get my show back at Stallions. Maybe do the show's called Karaoke Kings and Queens.
Ooh.
Yes, that is amazing. My other question for you is this, and this is a serious question now. Okay. On January 30th, you posted a memory from 2020. Apparently, according to your post, some over-enthusiastic fan touched your hair while in drag. I'll let everybody breathe for a second. She's okay. I have 2 questions. 1, is that person still alive? 2, what are 3 etiquette rules that are most important to you when dealing with a fabulous queen such as yourself?
Yes, that person is still alive. He slipped up the one night when I went out and I was like, don't touch my hair. Honestly, just be cautious of when you go in. Just be cautious of the hair and try not to mess it up. Always compliment the queens and take a picture with flash on.
That's so true. That's so true, babe.
Brilliant.
I love that. And you know what? Speaking of pictures and fabulous looks, you did an amazing Halloween look that was of it with these amazing photos and a cool video. Now, we know you as this powerhouse diva, but your look was so detailed and it was so super spooky. What are your thoughts about performers deviating from their usual aesthetic and doing creative characteristic work?
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
So I love you so much. So remember your look that you did of it. I think it was absolutely spot on. And I want to know, and I think people want to know, what are your thoughts about performers deviating from their powerhouse looks that they do?
Oh, yes. So, if you sorry. I never thought I would do like that kind of look. So I was like, you know what? Let's try it. Let's see, and get the creative genes moving and whatnot. So, yeah.
It's great. So it's always good to take that chance, right, babe?
It's always good to take the chance. and do something different.
You did absolutely fantastic. You were spot on, babe. So I just want to wrap up with you and talk about how you have an amazing social media presence, and we're always shocked with the overwhelming response by your drop a sexy selfie post. And we want to hear the tea on that. How do you get all those gorgeous gay men to post on your page, and how many do you save into your phone? I love that.
Honestly, I don't know. I know to post. I know to post at a certain time, which is like around 1:00 is when everyone's active, and I try to comment someone that I know will post their picture, and then after they post their picture, a bunch of people post their pictures, and it just keeps going. And in regards of photos back on Facebook and look.
That's good. So you keep it away from the phone, but you can always check it out. I love that. I love that. So listen, I am so in love that you came and hung out with us tonight and gave us a little bit about yourself. And I hope the viewers got to get a little bit from you as well. Can you quickly just tell everyone where they can find you and check out all the fun things that you're doing on your social media?
You can find me on Instagram at _D_16. Yeah. Give me a like, give me a follow. I follow back.
I love that, and that is super important. And you know what? Because I'm such a bad hostess with the mostest, I put your Venmo down, scrolling at the bottom with at Madam D-D16. Make sure you give this gorgeous beauty some love. And if it's okay with you, Madam D, I am gonna hit that video that you gave us. It is absolutely moving, and I'm gonna let the video do the talking. All right, here we go. I'm hitting it.
Yeah.
They say I'm not the average black girl because I'm so well-spoken, poised, full of etiquette, a white man's token. I remember my ex's mother telling me I didn't know how I was going to react when he brought home a black girl, but I like you because you talk so white. Well, when did me talking right equate to me talking white? They say I'm not the average black girl. No, not the average black girl, because the pigment in my skin is just a shade lighter than that black girl over there. The black girl over there. The black girl with the nappy hair. The black girls whose elbows can't skip a day without lotion. Whose hearts and heads are filled up with self-hate and bottled up emotion. The cocoa brown girls who have to face society every day and be tough. Because no matter how good they straighten their hair, their good is still not good enough. Oh, see, luckily for me, I don't fall in that category. See, they say I'm not the average black girl because I speak with so much class, and I don't have too much, but just enough ass, and not too much, but just enough pizzazz. Just a little bit of attitude, because you don't want to come off as one of those average black girls and come off as rude. Popping their gum and shaking their neck. Yeah, because those black girls get no respect. But luckily for me, I get a pass, because the melanin in my skin matches that brown paper bag, and my father, brother, and men that I date pants don't sag. And when I speak, my tongue pronounces every syllable. And the combed part down the middle of my hair is naturally visible. Oh, it must be a weave, but she must be mixed, because we all know the average black girl ain't got that good. Or when I walk into a room full of white men, they all stare. It must be the long lengths of my unaverage black girl hair. See, they say I'm not the average black girl because I corrected the professor when he used the word conversate. Converse. The word is converse. And in case you didn't get the memo, there are now 8, not 9 planets in the universe. And when you're watching the numbers on your stocks move up and down, remember Oklahoma, in a small town, where one of the first Wall Streets was a black Wall Street that got mysteriously burned down. Oh, they say I'm not the average black girl. Well, let's flip the script and rewind this, repaint the lines that had been blurred over time, because the average black girl that I know, the average black girl that I know made 19 trips through the Underground Railroad to free the slaves. Sat on segregated buses, refused to get up and pave new waves. See, the average black girl that I know, The average black girl that I know were Egyptian queens like Hatshepsut and Nitocris who were ruling dynasties and whole armies of men. Excuse me while I set fire to this poem with my pen because I am tired. Tired of the stereotypes black girls have fallen into because of American mentality. Oh, but not half as tired as Ella Baker, Diane Nash, Septima Poinsett Clark. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. Miss Fannie Lou Hamer, Daisy Bates, Anna Arnold Hedgeman, and Dorothy Height are far more tired than I am. But do you think the ones who say I'm not the average black girl even give a damn? No. So pardon me if I can't openly accept your compliments. Pardon me if I can't openly accept your compliment. It's just the average black girl that I know. The average black girl that I know had courage that surpassed her every fear and fought for justice and equality year after year. So as I construct these words, pardon me as I shed a tear, because I'm not half the black girl she was. I am not half the black girl she was. See, there's a minor clause. See, she was out there fighting, breaking, and changing laws. So I bow down to my black queen standing in the merit of her work. And as America's society continuously throws these supercilious words unto me, I say no. I'm not the average black girl. I can only aspire to be. Thank you.
Yes, so powerful. What a great message, Madam D. That was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you, babes. We really enjoyed that, and it's always important to keep spreading that word. So awesome job. And your lip sync was on point, but I didn't expect anything less from you. So, oh my goodness. So Dominique,
Yeah.
what do you think? Should we do something fun?
Yeah, let's do that fun little game that we invented, especially for the show.
What's this fun little game you talk of?
It's the Positivity Snap Cup game. Duh.
It sure is.
Hit it. Which is inspired.
What is the Snap Cup game, Dominique?
Well, I would be very happy to tell you, Morgan. It is a game that we made up that is inspired by one of our favorite sequels, Legally Blonde 2, Red, White, and Blonde. We go around and we just say something that we learned, something that we find fascinating about each and every one of our panelists tonight. And since we're starting off fresh, let's go to the queen. That's immediately to this gal right here. No, this gal, Madam D.
Gorgeous. Wait, can I just say something real quick? And because I want to intervene, because this is the first time that Madam D has been super crystal clear. And I just want to make sure that people who are watching know how fabulous you are, babe. And I want to make sure that people are understanding your craft is absolutely spot on. I know this is a positivity cup, so here I go, right? I'll just start it off. But I just want to say we touched on a lot of things about you that was very important, because you are very super important and super talented. And just to quickly, I'm talking a millisecond, you are a stunning queen. You give us all the look. You are a fabulous singer. You do a lip syncing for death. And I hope that everyone gets to see our re-show of your voice that you did in that video, because it was absolutely moving. And I'm going to make sure I post it individually, because it was absolutely fantastic and moving, and you were amazing. And I'm sure the people that were there that day, eyes were open, ears were open, and they were listening. Okay.
Can I actually say one thing about that? So
Anything.
That happened at Pottsville Pride. So there was a bunch of young adults, children there, and I did that number, and kids came up to me, hugged me, and said, thank you for doing that, thank you for sending that message to us. We needed to hear that. And that, it touched my heart hearing that from the little kids.
Yeah.
It's an important message, and you're an important queen. So we just thank you so much for everything that you do. I'm going to jump right in. Honey Davenport, I think it is absolutely brilliant that you've been in off-Broadway shows, and you've done so many great things that people might not even know about. They only might know a little bit about you. And I want to say, and I said this before, you are as sweet of a person as you are as fierce of a queen. You are an inspiration, and I think you're brilliant.
Thank you.
And moving on to Seymour Cox, too. You are absolutely hilarious, gorgeous, and amazing too. And you put those years and miles on that perfection, babe. And I'll tell you, everybody definitely better keep an eye on you because I'm sure you got a lot of great things coming along too. So, all right, enough about us hosts. Well, okay, you know what? This is a first for everything. Hostesses with the mostesses are spilling over with positivity. All right, let's start with Madam D. Let's hit that positivity.
All right. So, Honey Davenport, what's interesting is I did not know that you were a pageant girl. And I find that fascinating. Now, because of the lag, I couldn't really hear what Miss Seymour Cox was saying, but you're stunning. You're beautiful. I follow you on Instagram. You're amazing. Miss Morgan. We did a show together in Delaware, and I choked you.
Yeah.
It was so nice meeting you in Delaware. I'm glad you guys reached out for me to do your show. And Miss Dominique Lee, I did your show in Philly, and I got first alternate again. I forget what was that show's name?
What a Drag.
What a Drag, yeah. What a Drag. And
well, you know what, Madam D, I just want to say, I never let people I really like win, because then once you win, you never come back. Yeah. If you're first alternate, I get to see you over and over again. So it was a compliment.
And I also love that big hair you have.
Oh, thank you so much. Hold on. I'll get low.
I thought you were already.
I got lower. Honey Davenport, what did you learn? What do you love about these queens that we have before you today?
Well, first off, tonight was my introduction to Madam D, so it's really lovely to meet you. I think your number is one of the more powerful things I've seen in this quarantine. It was really, really great. You're a talented, stunning performer, and I'm so honored to have met you. Seymour, I did not realize that your porn shop had a back room, and as soon as the world is open, I think I will probably be open in your back room. Hey. Or my back room will get opened in your back room.
Not your back room.
Right? I said this already, but I'm going to say it again. Miss Morgan, my colors are yellow and black. That is my thing. And this look, you can put it in a box. You can send it right over to me. I would love to have whoever made this. If you made it, you can make me one. I live.
I'll give her a shout out. Cleopatra. Okay.
I love Cleopatra. Oh my gosh, Cleopatra, make me one of those, please.
My stepmother. Yes, here she comes. I gotta give her a shout. Super talented.
And speaking of things that I love, Dominique, I also really, really love this hair. But I'm really thankful for you putting this together and having me on here and inviting me on to do this. You put so much. You and Morgan put so much work into this, and it shows. It really does. It's been a really fabulous time, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
Well, thank you.
We're honored to have you. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day, your life, and that goes for all our guests. Seymour Cox, why don't you end up this positivity cup on something positive?
I looked really beautiful tonight, and
naturally,
I actually, I cannot wait. I mean, I haven't seen the both of you, the hostesses, perform. I mean, Dominique, I saw you perform many years ago, but I'm dying to Kiki and have you guys over at Paradise. And I want to thank you guys for having me on here. And this is such a great platform that you guys are, doing for all of us. Madam D, first thing, you're a person of color plus a plus size performer, which is a double whammy for me, and you're gorgeous. I cannot wait to see you perform. Miss Honey, I never knew that you were bi coastal, and Honey, I can't wait to see you again. And Kiki, like we always say, Mondays or whatever, on a Friday or whatever. I know so much about you. It's there's nothing that I don't know about you. But I can't wait for that perfume to come out. That's for sure. And I just can't wait to see you.
Same.
For Dominique, special Dominique. Like Dominique, when I started drag back in the day, and when I say back in the day, at the Coliseum, Monica Ray, Brooke Chambers, these girls were freaking amazing. This is way before Janae had taken over the mantle, and this is when I got to know you. Reality was there. Jessica Caitlin, Lady Marissa, girl, I know names.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan, let me tell you, I can tell you some stories. No,
I can't wait to hear them all when I come out to Paradise, baby.
Okay, well, thank you all and have a good night. Bye.
There was one performance that you did. You won, I believe how they did it back in the day was you won a Tuesday and you came in on a Wednesday and you hosted like a little clip. And I spoke to you about that earlier, and that was one when you did Killing Me Softly. And in your boobs, you had like ketchup, filled ketchup, and you were stabbing your boob, and like ketchup would come out. I was like, all right, this is like everything for me. So like, you're a true inspiration. And like to me at least, I mean, I love you so much, and
thank you.
We're sisters, so.
I love it. Thank you so much for just, I believe what doesn't kill you make you stronger, and I believe you take away something from every person you meet, and I definitely took away a little bit from each and every one of you tonight. Seymour Cox, we have a little bit of a history, so I took a little bit more of you, but I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Yeah, and you know what? Thank you so much. It was just awesome. It just always fills my heart so much, just getting to know everyone a little bit more on a deeper level, and just, just creating such an awesome space with positive stuff. So thank you so much for just being all that exactly fuzzy, warm stuff that you feel. So, but Dominique, you know what it is? It's that time of night that we dread so much.
Oh no, not again.
Yeah, I know. It's that time of night, though. The show is not over yet, but we have to say goodbye to our guests.
They were so fun, and I love each and every one of them so much.
I know they were rock stars. They hung in there with us, and we got to get a glimpse into their world. But we're gonna have to say goodbye to them.
All right, I understand.
I know. All right, so let's start by saying goodbye to Madam D. Everyone, thank you so much for
Madam D.
giving us Madam D.
Bye, Gorge.
All right, Seymour. Thank you so much. You were absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to see you.
Thank you, Seymour.
Honey. You are the bomb.com. Cat's meow. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to.
Bye.
All right, babe.
Bye. You're the bee's knees, honey. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Stay safe, babe. All right, bye. Okay. I know, right? Wait, hold on. Let's just take a moment and just say that we got through number. Now, though we had to stop.
We got through 3.
Well, we technically got through 3.5. Oh, wait, you're right. 2.5.
Yeah.
And now we're at 3.
Look, you're real pretty. I'm not expecting you to learn math or anything. But let's talk. Let's talk about what a great job you're doing, and just thank you so much for joining me on this process and this fun little adventure that we're doing. And we have so much more planned in the upcoming weeks.
You know what? I'm super excited that you brought that up. You know what? I think coming up on Thursday, February 25th, at 8 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time, we might have a little fun show for everybody.
Really? Who would we have on this really fun show for everybody that you speak of?
You know what? Instead of telling you, I think I might just show you.
Oh, good, because my eyes are so much better than my old ears. Hit it.
And I do better showing than talking, apparently.
I was so busy
Whoa.
jazz handing because I didn't see who was in the show. Tell me who's in the show.
Oh my gosh, we had the gorgeous Brittany Marie, and then we also had the handsome Jonathan Hernandez.
Oh my goodness. And did I also see that we have Philadelphia's 2020 winner, Best Drag Vocalist Yari with us?
You sure
Not
did.
to mention the rock and roll superstar of New Jersey, Josh Zuckerman.
You sure did. Your eyes did not deceive you, and you did not even have to put your spectacles on, babe. I love it. I love it so much. I'm so excited for Thursday, February 25th at 8 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time for the Singers Edition.
I'm really excited about it also. Morgan, I don't want to end the night on this note, even though it's a great, fun, positive note. I want to talk about once again that my hair was done by Jonathan. Dusty Rose, whatever. It's been a long show, Dusty. I apologize for getting it long. My hair was
Check out Dusty Rose. The wigs are stunned. Okay, we love that. And you know what, Dominique?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be us if we didn't end the show with something special.
Yeah. Why don't you play that number that we did? I edited my little fingers to the bone on this one. So
You sure did.
hit it.
Got it.
I don't know why I like it. I just do. I can hear in your heartbeat
My emotional is love.
My emotional are hysterics.
Oh, I love
Morgan, I love you. I had such a good time with you tonight. I really hope everybody tunes in for us on February 25th at 8 p.m. for the Singers Show. I'm
I know.
really, really excited about it. I am Dominique Lee. You can catch me on Instagram at It's Me, Dominique Lee, or on YouTube at Dominique Lee.
And I am Miss Morgan, and you can check me out on Instagram at ITS Morgan. You can also slide over to my Facebook page where I have Nurse Morgan. But you know what, Dominique? I'm so excited to do our show on Thursday, February 25th at 8 p.m. sharp Eastern Standard Time. And we have such a fabulous cast too. So did you get your
Really
vocal cords ready for the show?
I am going to be doing vocal trills for the next 2 weeks. Hashtag poor Todd's not going to know what hit him.
I cannot wait. I'll tell you that much, babe. All right.
Well, I love you with my whole heart, and I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Make sure you catch us next time, February 25th, for the Singer Show. Bye,
All right,
Morgan.
everyone. Bye.